Myself, Professor Pawar VK from Department of Geography, J.A.T Art, Science and Commerce College for Women, Malegaon. On behalf of this video presentation, I welcome you all.
Forests have undergone massive destruction for various development projects such as dams, river valley projects, reservoirs, hydroelectric projects, construction of highways, roads, rails, irrigation, canals, etc. Dams, hydroelectric projects and reservoirs submerge large forest tracts causing harm to the plants and animals of the area. They uproot thousands of forest dwellers not only from their area of residence but also from their livelihood. Much before construction of these development projects, a lot of forest land is cleared for residence of their workers, for which wood and other produce are used up. The next is overgrazing. Overgrazing is one of the factors which causes continuous grazing or deforestation. The poor in the tropics mainly depend or rely on clearing the forest land as to move or convert it into the grazing land, because when the animals are domesticated, these animals have to rely on the grazing lands for their cattle. Overgrazing leads to further degradation of these lands. India has a large livestock population, but grazing land is limited to only 13 million hectares. This much of grazing land is insufficient to meet the demand, and as such, the livestock naturally grazes in the forests and causes a lot of grazing pressure and loss of the forests. The animals trample the seedlings and cause compaction of soil so that its water storing capacity is decreased and run-off capacity is increased. The combined effect of these activities leads to soil erosion and deforestation. Then, next cause of deforestation is quarrying or mining operations. In forested areas, especially in hilly regions, quarrying and mining operations are extremely harmful as they cause great damage to vegetation cover, large area due to mine dusts, transportation of ore and mine wastes. In India, large forest land areas are cleared, felled and laid barren as a result of open cast mining of mica, coal, manganese, limestone, etc. The next cause of forest, that is the deforestation, is forest fires. Sometimes forests suffer from forest fires, which may be natural or man-induced, which may be having the great impact on the deforestation. A forest fire is any unexpected or unregulated combustion of vegetation spreading over a forest area. The forest fires are of three types. Number one is ground fire. The fire spreads when dry grasses, lichens, or top dry humus, etc. burn up. Usually, ground fire does not damage full-grown trees but poses the danger of transforming it into a crown fire. It normally destroys herbs, shrubs, and bushes. Ground fire initiates usually after a prolonged drought of the forest floor during second half of the summers. Second is tree crown fire. The fire in the upper portion of the tree is normally derived from ground fire, as there appears no reason of combustion of tree canopies without the support of ground fire. Third type is underground fire. The fire results due to ground fire. Peat soils which have undergone prolonged drought in the forest are prone for ground fire. After the upper peat soil cover is burnt, smoldering continues in patches covering dry earth mounds, and the fire penetrates into the peat horizon of the soil. Underground fire results funnel-shaped peats. Since this fire spreads under the ground in the horizontal manner, tree roots are damaged. Most of the forest fires are deliberate burning of trees by people in timber trade with the conspiracy of forest guards so that the burnt trees are auctioned at cheaper rate and traders may buy burnt trees. Forest fires usually start by lightning and release the minerals locked in the organic matter. The mineral-rich ashes necessary for the growth of plants and vegetation usually flourishes after fire. Fire removes the plant cover and exposes the soil. Exposed soil stimulates germination of certain type of seeds. Occasional fires burn away some of the dry organic matter and prevent from more destructive forthcoming fires. Thus, for all these reasons, prevention of fires is not necessarily good for the forest. Human-induced fires, however, cause serious damage, and such fires have become major problems in many countries, including India. In developing countries, fires are caused for land clearing with many adverse effects. Climate change and global warming also cause forest fires. Some other causes of forest loss include suffering from natural enemies like termites and phytopathological diseases. Methods of controlling forest fires are aimed at arresting the fire at initial stage. Once the fire has taken place, the flame edge of the fire can be beaten with green branches or covered with soil. Quenching the fire with water or fire extinguishers is very effective, but their transportation and cost becomes limiting factor. Construction of fire barriers or control belts and trenches, either manually or with mechanical tools or by blasting, will go a long way in controlling forest fires.